All right. Welcome back to Tongue Tied Games and Demonologist. In this how-to video, I'm going to show you how to solve Susie's puzzle. Now, first and foremost, this quick spoiler alert: if you don't want to learn how to solve Susie's riddle and Susie's puzzle, do not go any further with this video. I am going to show you exactly how to solve Susie's puzzle, and we are not going to go through much of the lore. We're not really going to read through the notes. It's just going to be, plain and simple. This is the next clue. This is how you do it, and we'll go forward from there. Now, an important part is that at the end of Susie's puzzle, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have two options. You can either choose to bring Suzie her book, or you can choose to keep that book away from Suzie for all eternity. Once you make that decision, you're stuck with it. You are absolutely stuck with that decision. You cannot go back. You cannot change it. Now, I have a friendly ghost partner in crime that has already completed the Susie's puzzle and has already completed one of her options. So I will link that video in the description down below so you can see her option. She actually chose to keep the book away from Suzie for all eternity. So if you want to see her ending and her decision and how that played out, you can check out her video. It's Miss Azrael's Gaming. I'll link her channel and that video down in the description. Now, in our walkthrough, we are going to provide Suzie with said book and see what happens. So in the very beginning, you're going to come into this penthouse. You need the penthouse and you need Bedlam. So if you're new to the game, you're probably not there yet, but you need to buy the penthouse. You need to have access to Bedlam. Once you get into the penthouse, you're going to have this note right here. This note, once you read through it, down here at the bottom, it gives you a little riddle. This little riddle, the answer to that riddle is time, and it's going to tell you to go to the mirror go to the wall, the empty wall next to the mirror in the bathroom, and say time. Once you do that, the wall will open up, and you're going to walk inside, and you can already tell by the grisly scene that it's not good, and maybe Suzie isn't that great of a person. In here, you're going to have another note. This is going to tell you that there's a book in Bedlam. It's going to tell you all about the book in Bedlam. Once you read that note, you're going to come out here, back out to the living room. Another note is going to appear in the living room. Now, I've already picked up this note, and so it's not there, but it's going to be sitting right here. This is where the note will sit. I didn't realize once picking it up that it was going to disappear, and so once I picked it up, it disappeared. And once you open up your journal, you got Susie's side story here. So that note that would have been on that little countertop there, that little wall there, is actually the first mission. And when you read down through it, it's going to tell you to say the word mirror next to a wall that she was leaned up against and shouted mirror. And I'm going to show you guys exactly where that is in Bedlam as well. Now, I also understand that you do have to beat Bedlam first before this note pops up. I've already beaten it. We've already got the note. I just showed you that we have that, the first mission note in there. So let's go ahead and jump in Bedlam. I'll show you where that wall is that you have to say mirror in front of. All right, so once you get to Bedlam, you're going to open up these doors. You're going to go up these stairs over here on the left-hand side. It's going to be a bathroom upstairs. Once you get up to the top of the stairs here, you're going to make a left-hand turn. You're going to go into this bathroom right here. And there's a wall right back here in this back corner. Oh man, I'm already getting like rainbow vision. When you get to this wall back here, you're going to say mirror. Beautiful. And it opens up. It says have mercy. And there's a key right here. So we're going to go ahead and pick up that key. Beautiful. And once you've picked that key up, you're just going to head back to the penthouse. All right, so now that we are back in our penthouse, when you go into our secret room back here, Susie's secret room, there should be a new note off on the right-hand side here. Yep, it's right there. Perfect. Now, if you read through this note, it talks about a knife, and you have to go find the knife in Bedlam. So let's go ahead and head back to Bedlam and find the knife. Now, once you get back into Bedlam, on the right-hand side of where you start, there's our tent. On the right-hand side, there's a shed over here. inside the shed, there is going to be a knife. So we'll open up. We have the knife right here. Pick the knife up. So now that we have our knife, we're going to go into the insane asylum. We're going to go into Bedlam. There's a cantina there. And the cantina has rope wrapped around its handle. We're going to go in there and use the knife on that rope and open it up. Once we've opened up that cantina, I do believe we are just going to head straight back to our penthouse. And we should find a note in that secret Susie's room. When you walk into Bedlam, you make an immediate left, and you have the canteen right here. We're going to go ahead and use our knife on the canteen. To the right here, but the left is also another door. We're going to go ahead and open up this door here as well. And that's where we use our key to open up this door. Now, inside here, there is a message on this wall, but the blood's got it covered up quite a bit. Kind of hard to read. And so now we're going to head back to the penthouse. All right, so we're back in the penthouse. We're going to go into Susie's secret room again. And we should have another note over here on the right-hand side. Right on the little couch there. So you remember that writing that was on the wall that was in blood? All the way down here at the bottom, this is what it said. The dark king, immortal, watching high in the sky. From tears he's born, the ghost's silent rye, breaking the chains of time, unlocking eternity's door. In mirrored eyes, the dreamers dance forevermore. It's a reference to death. So what we are going to do is, now that we picked up that page, we're going to go back to Bedlam. We're going to go back to the wall that had that writing on there with the blood, and you'll say death, and another wall will open up. All right, we are back at Bedlam. We're heading back to that room with the writing on the wall and the blood in the cantina. You guys know where that's at. And once you get up to that wall, you're going to say the word death. That wall will open up and show a couple more pieces of lore. And in that, the lore is going to talk about Susie's diagnosis and how crazy she is, and Dr. Thompson. And Dr. Thompson's going to start kind of like telling you about how terrible Susie is. And it actually, it heard me talking. So when we got back to this room here, it must have heard me say death when we were talking, and it opened up here. So inside you have these two pages. This is Susie's patient information with her diagnosis. It's just more lore for Suzie. Over here is a note from Dr. Thompson that says, if you found this place, you know what you're looking for. I hope you are one of us. Go to our secret place and say the word cloud. So now with that being said, we're going to head back to the penthouse. All right, so we're back at the penthouse. Heading back to Susie's secret room yet again. Should be another note on this far back table. You can see it glowing off in the distance. All right, so in this note, it talks about the cells, talks about the keys. Again, it's more lore from Suzie. What we need to do now is go back to Bedlam. You need to find Dr. Thompson's office, find the keys, take those keys down to the cells, open up the cells, and then say the secret word. And we know that the secret word is cloud. So you need to say it in one of those cells. We don't know which cell it is. I think it's random. So you'll just open up the cells, and then you'll say the secret word, and whichever one it works in, it works. Okay, back in Bedlam. Dr. Thompson's office is going to be on the first floor here. It's to the right. You'll notice, because it's each room here does have a nameplate, but some of them are a little bit darker than others. Dr. Thompson's room is right here. We're going to go walk into his room, go to his desk. Got his keys right there. The cell keys. We're going to head down into the basement where the cells are, open up the cells, and then we'll say the secret word in the secret room. The cells are going to be behind this green door right there. Let's go ahead and head back down. And then once we open up that secret room, once we find the secret room and say the secret word, we'll have another key. Once we find that key, once we pick that key up, then we'll be able to go back to the penthouse. Let's go ahead and open up this room first, and then you can open up this one as well. We're going to try this room first. We're going to walk in and say, cloud. Doesn't look like it. So let's try this room right here, the room right in the middle. Cloud. There we go. And that is the correct room. So it opens up. You're going to come downstairs. There's a lock here. It's got suns and moons on it. If you look to the left, there's a wall here. It says, the sun turns darkness into light. The sun goes down, the moon comes out. The sun is jealous of the moon. It has to wait for the morning. The sun comes out. It illuminates the darkness. So when you look down here, the actual combination of it's going to be moon, sun, moon, moon, sun, and it opens up. Inside, you have the key. Once you pick that key up, you're going to go back to the penthouse. All right, we're back at the penthouse. We're going back into Susie's secret room yet again. It's a lot of penthouse, Susie's secret room, and bedlam. Bedlam to Susie's room. Bedlam to Susie's room. A lot of back and forth with it. Here's the note right here. It's gonna, Susie's gonna talk about the book, but really important piece is this right here. This "bring me that book now." She's running out of patience. When you start really looking into the lore of Suzie, you start to realize that she's not a very nice ghost, and something that you might have missed if you just walk right by it, but something that we noticed when we were playing is if you look at the first letter in each one of these names, D-O-N-T, and then space right here, that just is a you don't worry about that one, but it says don't trust her. It says don't trust her. Just a little thing for you guys. And if you look over here, you see you have this sign right here, and then if you say exit, it says I don't want to leave. S, as in Suzie. Suzie doesn't want to leave. If you say it again, exit, she starts to get a little bit more agitated. She starts to move things around on you. And if you say it one final time, exit, she gets pretty upset. She gets really, really upset. She definitely does not want to leave. So it kind of goes to show you that maybe Suzie isn't a very nice ghost after all. But as I said in the beginning, we're going to get her that book and see what happens. So we're heading back to Bedlam now. Now that we're back in Bedlam, we're going to go to the shed off on the right-hand side here. We're going to use one of our keys to open up the hatch that's on the inside of this shed. Straight ahead in front of us, this little cellar door here. Go ahead and open that up. I'm going to go ahead and go down, and there's a note right here. This note has a lot of lore about Suzie and Dr. Thompson. Once you pick this note up, a book is going to appear on the right-hand side. See, that book just popped up. I'm not going to read through it. Again, if you guys want to do and read through all of the lore and experience that, you can do that. You can experience it. I'm not going to read it to you. There's a ton of lore behind it. It's a very interesting story. This is going to tell you how important it is not to give Suzie this book. Dr. Thompson says do not, under no circumstances, give Suzie this book. And we've already realized that Suzie is pretty demonic. We're going to go ahead and pick up this book. Suzie's pretty demonic. And Dr. Thompson is going to tell you to give the book to the statue that's in front of Bedlam here. It's that this statue right here in front of us. That's what Dr. Thompson wants you to do. And this is where the important decision comes into play. You can either give this book to the statue, or you can give it to Suzie, and you can't take it back. Once you make that decision is finalized. So you can give that book to the statue, or you can give it to Suzie. Azrael's Gaming gave the book to the statue. So if you want to see what happens when you give the book to the statue and keep it away from Suzie for all eternity, again, use the link down in the description, go to her channel, check out that video to see what happens when you give the book to the statue. We, however, we're giving the book to Suzie. I don't care if she's a bad ghost. I don't care if she's the demonic ghost. It doesn't matter. I'm giving her book back. So we're going to go to Suzie's secret room one final time. And there's a note here. And we just got an achievement. It says good or evil. Complete the Suzie story. So this is the final completion of Suzie's story. You miserable rat, did you really believe that poorly written story? I couldn't help but laugh when I saw your face when you learned that Elena had died. The only reason you're alive now is because you got me out of here. Now it's time to take revenge on those who locked me up here. Thanks to you, I will kill many more people and take my revenge. Suzie. All right, so with that, it looks like we completed Suzie's side story. Now, I thought maybe there would be like a little cutscene, a little animation to it, because I know that Az definitely had an animation when she gave the book to the statue. But let's check out our journal with our notes and our Suzie side story here. And it says, I have been tricked. And that's it. So maybe there's going to be, maybe there'll be another update. And depending on if you gave Suzie the book or whether you gave it to the statue is going to determine your fate in the game. I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to definitely experiencing that. I'm not sure if I've been tricked or not, but it definitely seems like I've been tricked by Suzie. And hope you guys enjoyed that. But that is how to complete Suzie's side story. And if you want to see the other ending and the little animation that came with that ending, follow the link down in the description for Miss Azrael's Gaming to see her walkthrough of Suzie's side story. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. If this walkthrough helped you, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the Tethered. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.